Hey everybody, it's PJ from Karma Airguns, and I've got the brand new SLS. This one happens to be a 22 cal standard length, and in this video we're going to talk about cleaning the barrel. I know that's everybody's favorite topic. So to start and to clean the barrel, what you want to make sure is you have the airgun unloaded, uncocked. I can tell that because when I pull out the side lever, it gives me resistance on the hammer spring, and I also am unable to switch it from fire to safe. So I know this is unloaded, I know it's uncocked, and I'm ready to address the front end of the rifle. So I'm going to start this by taking off the front cap. This is not strictly speaking necessary, but it's going to make the reassembly a lot easier to do. So you've got a threaded 1/2-20 adapter up front, and then inside you have 2 baffles. Then you have this little spring, and then you have a spacer. And the order of these are important. See, one's got an unfinished side, that's what goes up against the little spring spacer, and then a finished side that goes towards the back. And then after I have those out and set aside, I'm going to unthread the shroud. And the reason I'm doing this is it's going to make it a lot easier to access the front of the barrel with my pull-through cleaner. So here we have the actual muzzle of the barrel. You can see sort of the guts of the semi-auto action that are housed within the shroud, but this is where I'm going to feed my pull-through cleaner into. And if I leave the rest of that barrel shroud on, it just makes it really hard to get it in there, and it's just harder than it needs to be. I turn this around so you can see one of the other features on the SLS. And a challenge with cleaning semi-automatic air guns is that it's hard in a lot of cases to actually get back and put your patches on the pull-through. The SLS has a feature that kind of helps you work around this. So at this point, I'm going to pull the cocking handle back, and you'll see this little lever here. And if you flip it forward, it goes into lock, and it actually holds the probe out of the way. So I can take my pull through, slide it into the barrel, and the loop comes through right there. I can take couple of patches, get them wet with some ballistol, fold them in there, and then pull that through using the handle. Easier to do for yourself than it is to do on video, as with a lot of this stuff. So you can see we've been shooting this one a little bit. You've got some lead on the patch. Just keep running patches through till they come out clean. I usually only put ballistol on the first pull through, and then I'll cheat, flip this over, run it back through the other way, and then dry patch until it comes out clean. To reassemble, all I need to do is pull back a little bit on the cocking lever, flip this switch down so it unlocks, let that go forward. So right now, because I pulled that lever back, the rifle is cocked, and I don't want to be doing any maintenance on the shroud with the rifle. Even though it's unloaded, I don't want to do any work with it in that cocked stand. I don't want to do any work with it cocked. So I'm going to bring the rifle back. I'm going to get right to that point where it's about to break on the trigger, let it go forward. I'm back to where it's uncocked. I can feel that in the tension. And now I'm free to readdress the shroud. So when you look at the shroud, you're going to see that there are 4 holes in it, and that's part of the pressure relief system that allows the semi-automatic action to work. They are drilled exactly in the middle of the shroud, and the threading on the inside of both ends of the shroud is the same. So it actually doesn't matter whether you put it on this way or this way. So we're going to start by feeding this on. There is an O-ring at the end, so you do have to, I usually twist to get past that. But once we get it in there, tighten the back end first. Get that tight. Then remember, spacer with the unfinished side towards the front. Get that on. Then we put the spring in. Make sure it doesn't roll over on us. And then our 2 baffles. And last but not least, the end cap. One last thing, you do have a knurled thread protector. I would avoid using this knurling as sort of your lever to tighten everything down, because you will overseat it. It'll kind of like, almost like it adheres. It doesn't really, but it'll make it hard to get the threaded end cap off. So you want to apply your tension to the actual flat of the adapter, not the knurling on the thread protector. And that's how you clean the SLS. If you have questions, be sure to throw them into the comments so we can get you an answer just as soon as possible. And until the next video, everybody, shoot safe, shoot straight, and we'll see you around.